Bombay devotees. Hare Krishna. So tonight we'll go to Vrindavan without ticket, no reservation, no security check, no mask. So to begin, we have a very beautiful song about Lord Chaitanya. Because everything we see in Vrindavan is only by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He revealed Radhakund and Shyamakund before the eyes of the world personally. Then he sent the 6 Goswamis to discover all of the lost places of Krishna's pastimes. So everything we see is by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if you guys have your devices, first of all, you can put them on silent, because these little babies have a way of crying in the middle of the Katha. And then you can look for Sundara Lala. Although some books it comes as Sundara Bala. I think HK Songs has it as Sundara Bala. JK? KK, alright, KK Songs, yeah. Sundara Lala Sachidulala Najata Sri Hari Kirtaname Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidulala Najata Sri Hari Kirtaname Kalle Chandana Tilaga Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolaname Ole Chandana Tilaga Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolaname Kalle Chandana Tilaga Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolaname Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidulala Najata Sri Hari Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidulala Najata Sri Hari Kirtaname Shri Juda Darshani Radhe Vanapula Mala Kiya Padole Shri Juda Darshani Radhe Vanapula Mala Kiya Padole Pahirna Pita Padamara Shove Nupura Runu Runu Chalaname Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidulala Najata Sri Hari Kirtaname Sundara Lala Sachidulala Najata Sri Hari Kirtaname Radha Krishna Ekatanu Hai Niru Maje Bansi Bajave Maje Bansi Bajave Vishwarupa ki Prabhu ji sahi Avat prakat hai nadiya mein Polo Sundara Rara Sati Rara Nath Sati Hari Kirtana mein Polo Sundara Rara Sati Rara Nath Sati Hari Kirtana mein Koi gavat hai Radha Krishna naam Koi gavat hai Hari Gunagan Mridanga tala madhura rasala bajata hai koi rangana mein Mridanga Polo Sundara Rara Sati Rara Nath Sati Hari Kirtana mein Polo Sundara Rara Sati Rara Nath Sati Hari Kirtana mein Bolo Nath Sati Hari Kirtana mein Bolo Nath Sati Hari Kirtana mein Bolo Sri Sacinandana Gaura Hari Sundaralala Sacidulala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtan. So 500 years ago, when Lord Chaitanya appeared, he was very, very beautiful, Sundar. Just like our deities in Vrindavana, Radha, Shama Sundar. But Nimai, he was not Sham Sundar, he was Gaur Sundar. Sundara Lala. In Braj, when we want to call a little boy, we say, Ajao Lala, come here Lala. Ajao Lala, come here Lala. We want to call a little girl, then we say, Oh Lali, Ajao Lali, come here Lali. Huh? So he was very beautiful boy, Sundara Lala. And whose boy? Sachi Dulala. Huh? Sundara Lala, Sachi Dulala. And Sundara Lala, Sachi Dulala, Nachata. He was always dancing. And where was he dancing? In the Sana Sand Hotel, in a disco dance club. Nachata Sri Hari Kirtame. He was always dancing in Sri Hari Kirtan. Because Hari Kirtan, that is the recommended process in this dark age of Kali. This is a recommended process of chanting the holy name of Krishna very loudly and very enthusiastically. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Nimai, even from his very babyhood, he was preaching the chanting. Because he was always, he would sometimes cry. That's natural. All the children cry. But the only way to stop Nimai from crying was if you chanted Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. So all the neighboring girls, seeing this habit of Nimai, they would come and they would pinch him. And then he would cry and they would go, Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. And then he'd smile again. And again they would pinch him and he would cry and they go, Haribo, Haribo. In this way, the holy name was ringing, echoing in Mother Sachi's house from morning to the night. Then finally he was joined with Nityananda Prabhu to help in this Sankirtan movement. Just like sometimes we sing, Ishikadiya Sabnadiya Firchinechi Gornitai, Ishikadiya Sabnidechi Firchinechi Gornitai, Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolore Sobai, Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolore Sobai. So he would send out the preaching parties, and you get everyone to chant the holy name. Radha Krishna Bol, Hari Bol Do, Radhe Radhe Bol. So Mahaprabhu made one party, Nityananda and Haridas. Because it's best if we go in association of devotees. Kali Yuga is very terrible and dark and ugly. So better we have association. So he made preaching parties like that. So Haridas and Nityananda, they became one party. And they went all over Nadia, trying to get everyone to chant the holy name. One time where they were preaching, they saw that everyone was crowded around on the street. And they came there and they saw that everybody was watching these two brothers. They were born in very, very wealthy and very, very aristocratic and very high class Brahmin family. But in Kali Yuga, this can also be a disadvantage. Because generally, if we have lots of money, then we engage in so many nasty activities. Just like now the whole world is witnessing this Epstein files. All these big, wealthy people and so-called aristocratic people, they're all getting implicated in most degraded activities. So Jagai Madai, they were no exception. They're the sample of Kali Yuga. They were drunkards number one, thieves number one, women hunters number one, everything bad number one. So everybody was watching these two fellows. They were completely intoxicated, and they had their pot of wine. And Madai was saying, "There's only a little bit left. I'm gonna finish it off." No, bhai, mudi de do. You give some to me. No, man. It's just a little bit left. I'm gonna finish. No, man. Give some to me, man. No, man. Like this, they were arguing, and all the people were watching. Just see these two high-class Brahmins are fighting over a little bit of wine. So degraded. So Nitai, he stepped forward. He said, "My dear brothers, you please give up these nasty habits and you chant the holy name." And they looked up and said, "Oh, the Hare Krishna Walaya." हम मजे कर रहे हैं, हमारा मजे खत्म करने के लिए आया. देखो भाई, from this mouth, no holy name going to come. You get out of here. We're having fun, and you're bothering us. And Nitai again said, "Please, you give up these bad habits and chant the holy name." Are these rascals trying to ruin our fun. And he grabbed that pot of wine. He was ready to beat Nityananda with it. Nityananda Haridas, they began running through the streets. And these two were running behind. Where did they go? Which way are they going? These Hare Krishnas, they're just bothering us, man. And so they were drunk. So Nityananda and Haridas, there was a place, wooden trough where the horses drank water. They ran and they hid behind that. And Jagai and Madai, they ran. They missed them hiding there. And said, "Where did they go? Where did they go?" They ran off and never found them. So they came back and they told Lord Chaitanya all the news of the preaching of that day. Just like we see Prabhupada also, he was very, very happy to get the Sankirtan newsletters and hear the preaching. In his last days, he was always saying, "Oh, this is the only thing giving me solace, is hearing how these books are going out." I said, "This is first in the modern world that religious books are selling like this." So Prabhupada, just by hearing, so Mahaprabhu, he would also hear the reports from the different parties. So Nitai and Haridas, they told him all the things, and they said, and then we met these two brothers, Jagai and Madai. They were born in very wealthy and aristocratic, high-class Brahmin families, but they have become completely degraded. And they were ready to beat us with their pot of wine. And Mahaprabhu said, "No, tomorrow you have to go and you have to save them. Because I have descended to save the most fallen. So you must save them. That was my mission, is to save the most fallen. There's no one more fallen like them, so you must save them." So the next day, Nitai and Haridas, they started out, they were going door to door preaching. And again, they saw in the street some people are watching some sort of tabashas going on. So they went there, and here again was Jagai and Madai. And Jagai, he had stolen somebody's wallet, money pouch. So Madai had stolen this money pouch, and Jagai was saying, "Hum log to bye na, we're brother. You give half to me. And look, man, I ripped it off. It's mine. You go steal your own. No, man, we're hum log to bye hey. Mujhe de do thoda sa. Nay, man, you go steal your own. I stole this is mine." And again, Nityananda stood forward. He said, "My dear brothers, you give up all of these bad habits and you just chant the holy name." And Madai, he became mad. That's his name is Madai, so he became mad. Are, those Hare Krishna Walas come again. Look, why are you guys bothering us? You don't bother us, man. No, please, you chant the holy name. You rascal. Then he took a stone and he smashed Nityananda in the head with a stone. Now, you know, when you get a cut on the head, bleeds like anything. So Nitai's half face is completely red, his kurta is red. He folded his hands. He said, "My dear brothers, you give up all these nasty activities and chant the holy name." So Jagai, he's called Jagai. He was Jagai. Arey bhaiya, tune kya kar diya? What have you done? What have you done, man? Like, you hit this guy in the head and he's begging you to chant the holy name. You must have done some big offense, man. Shut up, man. They're bothering us. What do you mean some offense? They're offending us, man. So this way, the news got back to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And immediately he appeared on the spot. Hmm? And we know Brijandanandana Jay Sachi Sutta Hoila Jay, that Brijandanandan Shamsundar, now he's come as Sachi Sutta, the son of Mother Sachi. Hmm? So we know Krishna, he's got his chakra. So immediately Lord Chaitanya appeared on the scene and he immediately called for the Sudarshan chakra. And it came zooming down. He got ready to smash these guys with his chakra. And Jagai and Muddy, they fell on Nitai's feet. They said, please save us, please save us, please save us. So Nitai, he got between them both. He said, look, you have descended to save the most fallen. There's no people more fallen than these two. Hmm? So if you don't save them, then who are you going to save? If you kill them, then we'll have to kill everybody. So imagine we do our December Prabhupada marathon. Take a Bhagavad Gita. No? Take a Bhagavad Gita. No? So you have to save them. Hmm? So anyway, anyhow, Nitai took those two fallen souls and he dropped them on Lord Chaitanya's feet. And Lord Chaitanya, he sent his Sudarshan chakra back. Huh? Huh? And then he grabbed those two boys by the hair, he pulled them up and said, now chant the holy name. And Jagai and Madai, they both began, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And they became such great devotees that if you go on Navadip Mandal Prikrama, then you'll come to one place called Jagai Madai Ghat. Now, of course, Ganga has gone far away from the Ghat, but the Ghat is still there. Jagai, even they named the Ghat after them, Jagai Madai Ghat. They became such great devotees. It's known as Jagai Madai Ghat. So, because Nityananda, he saves even those who are, Mahaprabhu is not ready to save, Nityananda, he saves them. He's the most merciful. He's the most merciful. Because we know in Bhagavatam it says that Krishna Varnam Tasagra Sango Pangastra, that Lord Chaitanya, he's come with all his sung, with all his devotees and expansions and everything, Sango Pangastra, and with his weapon. It's like we know Lord Parsuram, he's got his parcel, and Lord Ram, he's got his Dhanush, and we just heard Krishna has got his chakra. But we see the hands of Mahaprabhu raised in the sky. There's nothing in those hands. Because he's not come to kill the fallen souls. He's come to kill their demoniac mentality, the Asur Bhav. He has come to kill their Asur Bhav. Instead of killing them, killing the demons personally, he's killing their Asur Bhav. And his weapon, of course, is simply chanting the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So even Jagai and Madai, they became the greatest of devotees. And even more, so the Srila Prabhupada, he's a direct manifestation of Lord Nityananda's mercy. At least Jagai and Madai, they had the benefit that they were born in very high class family. We ourselves didn't have such a benefit. We were born in the worst type of families and completely covered with ignorance. And we were so sinful that Yamaraja's hard drive was crashed. But still, Prabhupada saved it. He's the full manifestation of Lord Nityananda's mercy. Because the Guru is a representative of Lord Nityananda. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went through Jharkhand forest, he got the animals to chant and dance. But Prabhupada's so powerful, what to speak of animals, he got those people, those of us who were less than animals, he got us to chant and dance. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chaksurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadavaya Vidati Swaparandikam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhuvevacha patitanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. No, we'll just, so we've been discussing in Kenya some wonderful pastimes of Prabhupada here in Bombay, actually. Because somehow 1974, at the end of the Mayapur Vrindavan festival, in those days it was a Mayapur Vrindavan, now it's become the Mayapur festival, and then Vrindavan festival is in Kartik. Kartik festival is for Vrindavan. At the end of the festival, Prabhupada wanted devotees to come to Juhu for a Sankirtan protest, because the municipality was denying permission to build the temple and hotel, and they were the superintendent of police said that our Sankirtan movement, our Sankirtan on the property was a public nuisance. So Prabhupada wanted a Sankirtan protest. So we came down to Bombay. And that was quite a thing for us. I'd never been out of America ever before. That was 1970, first time I went anywhere. Of course, we had crossed over because we used to live in San Diego, and we crossed over the border into Mexico at Tijuana, but that doesn't really count much. Tijuana is just practically just a little degraded version of San Diego. And in those days, 1974, there wasn't nice seats like we have now with cushions. It was just wood. We were sitting on wood for, I forget how, 18 hours or something, whatever it was. Or maybe it was 30 hours. I can't. We were on the slow, because those days we didn't have any money either, so they got the worst train. At least we had reserve status, but we were on the worst train. I think it took more than 30 hours, I think, to come from Delhi to Bombay. And we were just sitting on this hardwood. Oh boy, became very sore. And I remember these guys kept coming through, making so much racket. And there was one guy, I could never figure out what he was saying. He would come through, Coca-Cola Orange Panda, Coca-Cola Orange Panda, Coca-Cola Orange Panda. And I asked my dear godbrother, Deena, who was one of the, he was a nice Afro-American devotee who played mridanga very nicely, and he preached here in India for some time. So he had been here, so he knew all the things. I said, what's he saying? He said, you don't know? I have no idea. He's saying, Coca-Cola Orange Panda, Coca-Cola Orange Panda. It took me halfway through the train ride that I realized what he was saying. Coca-Cola Orange Fanta. So anyway, every day we go around all over the Juhu area chanting Hare Krishna. And every evening there would be a pandal program in the temporary temple where the Kaliya Krishna diorama is now. And every morning, Prabhupada would go on a walk, morning walk. So one day they invited me to also come. So I was very lucky to come on that walk with Prabhupada. And halfway there, of course, Prabhupada met his dear friend, Dr. Patel. Every day he would argue so much Mayavad philosophy with Prabhupada. So again, he was arguing, and Prabhupada said, look, here is the sand, here is the sea, and here is the air. You can say it is all one, it is all atoms, but still we're walking on the land, not in the sea, not in the air. It is all one, it is all material. But still, we're walking on the sand, not on the sea, not on the air. As even child can understand. You can understand, Gopal? Even child can understand. So your intelligence less than child. So we were walking along, and then Prabhupada said, just like in the body, there's so many holes in the body. You can say it is all one, but still, we put the food here, not here. So we were thinking about all these wonderful things as we were coming here. So, and I remember every night Prabhupada would give a lecture, and then they would bring up a plate of Mahaprasad, big tray like this. And first, all the little kids would come. Prabhupada would give all the little kids some Mahaprasad, and I would stand right next to the Vyasasana. And Prabhupada had such a charming smile on his face as he's giving out the prasad like this. I just watched that smile. Prabhupada's smile was so sweet. Every day we would do Harinam and then morning walk, and there's Pandal program in the evening. That was very nice. In those days, it was very difficult because it was just where the what do you call it? The Glory Venue. That's Delhi. Heaven on Earth. The Heaven on Earth project. There was one Gandhi Park there, and we had a little big Chetai room there, and there was a couple of little divisions where there was a big, 50-liter barrel. It was filled with water, and we go in, we pull the Chetai door and take our bath like that, and we sleep, and the rats, you hear the rats running back and forth. Drrr, drrr, drrr. Sometimes they slip through the roof. And mosquitoes, oh man, they would just pick you up and take you off for Sunday feast. So we would just go to the temporary temple. That was the only place that had fans. And we'd all sleep outside there underneath the fans in the temporary temple. It was very amazing times. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. So there's a very beautiful place in Braj called Gokul, on the other side of the river from Mathura. This is where Nanda Baba was staying. And in that Gokul, there's a very wonderful place called Chinta Haran Ghat. Chinta Haran Ghat. And it's a very sweet place. Because now people are coming and they're complaining, oh, Vrindavan's so crowded. But there's so many sweet places. You go to Chinta Haran Ghat. In those days, it was very nice. We would just sit on the sand of the Jamuna, and it was, there was a ghat going down, and the sand was like this. We just sit on the sand, soft sands of Jamuna, and hear all the pastimes. Because there was a little bit away from everything, because you go to the temple there and the pandas just harass you like anything. So there was a very peaceful place we could have some nice Harikatha. So we just sit on the sand, and Jamuna was flowing by very sweetly. You know the story of Jamuna? No, I have to tell another pastime. So amongst the demigods, there's one fellow named Visvakarma. He's the engineer of the demigods. Do we have any engineers here? No engineers, huh? We have one electrical engineer. So anyway, Visvakarma is the engineer of the demigods. And he was a great devotee of the sun god, Vivasvan. And he had a very, 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 very beautiful daughter named Sangha. You can figure it out. Just like kirtan is nice, but you have a whole bunch of people doing kirtan, Sankirtan. So Gya means Gyan, and Sangya means complete knowledge. Awareness. Sangha means awareness. So since he was a great devotee of the sun god, he thought what the most appropriate wife for the sun god is Sangha. Because when sun goes down, we're not aware of anything. And as soon as sun rises in the morning, we become aware of everything. So the best wife for the sun is Sangha. So he got his daughter married with Vivasan. And a very, very wonderful ceremony. Very wonderful, very ceremony. But when Vivaswan approached his wife, the way the husband approached his wife, then she shut her eyes. He was so bright. And he became very angry. Are, why you shut your eyes like that? Therefore, from this union will come a son who will make everyone shut his eyes, and everyone will be afraid of your son. So she wasn't a modern, Sangya wasn't a modern Western woman who started a big fight with her husband. She was a very nice Vedic lady. So she began to massage on his feet. Oh, Swami, what can I do? You're so bright. I couldn't help myself. Please forgive me. No harsh words, but automatically husband feels bad inside the heart. No harsh words, but husband feels bad in the heart. He says, oh, what can I do? I've given the curse. I cannot take it back. But anyway, I give you Ashirvad. She got Ashirvad, smart lady. She got Ashirvad. He said, you will also get a daughter who will free everyone from the fear of your son. So she gave birth to twins, Yam and Yummy. Yam, Yamaraj, who makes everyone shut their eyes, and everyone's afraid of Yamaraj. And Yummy, Yamuna. By taking bath in Yamuna, we become free from all our sins. We have no more fear of Yamaraj. So Yamuna and Yamaraj, they're brother and sister. If you go to Visram Ghat in Mathura, you'll see there's a temple there, Bhai Ben Mandir. Especially the Gujaratis, on the day after Govardhan Puja, Yam Dvitiya, they all go together, brother and sister, and take bath in Visram Ghat. And the brother gives nice gifts to the sister. The sister, they go to the sister's house and she cooks nice feast for the brother. In this way, they become free from fear of Yamaraj. So Yam and Yami, their brother and Yamaraj and Yamuna, brother and sister. Therefore, Jamuna, she's known by many, many names. Of course, naturally Jamuna, but she's also Bhanu Nandini. Or first we say Surya Nandini. And Bhanu Nandini. Bhanu also means son. Bhanu Nandini, Surya Nandini, Surya Putri, Bhanu Putri, Tarni Tanuja. She has all these beautiful names. And on this Earth planet, she first lands on Kalinda mountain. Therefore, she got the name Kalindi, or Kalinda Nandani, or even sweeter, Kalinda Giri Nandani. Say it, Kalinda Giri Nandani, Giri we know means mountain, so she's the daughter of the Kalinda mountain. Kalinda Giri Nandani. Uh, and her waters are always very dark. If you go to Prayag, anybody been to Prayag? Huh? Just like last year, we were distributing 1 lakh of plates of hot, full prasadam. 1 lakh every day uh, at the Sangam. And anyway, you can see there from one side, Ganga is coming, this side, Ganga is coming very golden color. And from this side, Jamuna is coming very, very deep color. And at the Sangam, you can actually see the waters mixing together. Then they form one huge, 2 enormous rivers come and they make one huge river going off to Mayapur and to Ganga Sagar eventually. The energy of that place is these 2 huge rivers joining, forming one gigantic river. So Jamuna is very dark color. So she's, her another name is Krishna. And she's very dear to Krishna, so she's Krishna Priya. And our Rupa Goswami has given a very, very special name for her in his Jamunastak. He's written a very beautiful Jamunastak. And he calls her Sarvada Arabinda Bandhu Nandini. Sarvada Arabinda Bandhu Nandini. Sarvada means always. Sarvada Arabinda. Arabinda means lotus. Sarvada Arabinda Bandhu. Bandhu, just like Dean Bandhu, Arta Bandhu. We're the Bandhu brothers. So, Bandhu means friend. So, who's the friend of always the friend of the lotus flowers? I'll give you a hint. When moon will rise, then every lotus will close her face. She doesn't want to see the moon. But as soon as sun will rise, every lotus will open with a big smile to see the sun. So who's always the friend of the lotus flowers is the sun. Sarvada Ara Binda Bandhu Nandini, the daughter of the friend of all the lotus flowers, Surya Putri Jamuna. And he's kept this name in his Jamunastakam. And one of the verses, I think it's number 4 verse, it's my very favorite. Ramyatira Rammamana Gokaramba Bhushita Divya Gandha Bhakaramba Pusparaja Bhushita Nanda Suno Bhakta Sangam Sangam Abhinandani Mam Punatu Sarvadara Binda Bandhanandani Mam Punatu Sarvadara Binda Bandhanandani. He says Ramya Tira. Just like we know Krishna's another beautiful name is Radha Raman, who loves Radharani. So Ramya means lovely. So Ramya Tira. Tira means bank. Not the ones that are ripping us off, the ones that the banks of the river. Ramya Tira Rambamana Go Kadamba. Now we heard this word Kadamba in relation to a tree and a flower. And that is because actually Kadamba means group, dal, samu. So if you see the Kadamba flower, it's not one flower, it's a little ball of flowers. A little ball, like 100 flowers all in a little ball. Of course, if you get the Mayapur Kadambas, then they're a big ball like this. Very beautiful. And golden color, just the color of Srimati Radharani. So Kadamba trees are representative of Srimati Radhika. And Tamal tree, just like in our courtyard in Vrindavan, he's always black and crooked. So when gopis are running looking for Krishna, they have tears in the eyes, they can't see. They just see something is crooked and black there. So they embrace the Tamal tree. The Tamal tree is representative of Krishna. So if you're very fortunate and you see a tamal tree and a kadamba tree, in many places in Braj we see that growing together, that is like getting sakshat darshan of Radha and Krishna. So kadamba means group. Here we're not talking about tree or flower. Here it says go kadamba. Which group? Cows, huh? Huh? And what are those cows doing? Rambamana. You know Rambamana? Rambamana means all those cows are going. Ramyatira Rambamana Gokadamba Bhushita. Just like we heard the name Baladev Vidya Abhushan. Hmm? So Abhushan means ornaments, jewelry. Just like we see the ladies, they too much like jewelry. Huh? Jamuna is also a lady. She likes jewelry. But her jewelry is little white and yellow and red and black cows wandering along her banks going. That is the abhushan of Jamuna. So Ramyatira Rambamana Gokadamba Bhushita Divya Ganda Bhakadamba Pusparaja Rushita. Now again, this word kadamba has come. And Rupa Goswami has kept two meanings in one line. Divya Ganda. Divya, almost like English, divine. And Ganda means fragrance. Divya Ganda Bhakadamba Pusparaja Rushi. So he has kept two meanings. One is that the banks of the Jamuna are covered with kadamba trees. When we go around, we'll see kadamba trees everywhere. We see many more. But everywhere we go, we see kadamba trees on the banks of the Jamuna. And those kadamba trees are filled with kadamba flowers. If you come when it's nice and cool in Vrindavan in June, when it's only 45, 50 degrees, then you can see thousands of hundreds of beautiful yellowish kadamba flowers come. They're just covered. Rest of you can see where the little seed pods are. You can see their little round seed pods. You can understand how it was shaped like a ball. All these little hundreds of these little seed pods are there in the tree. So he's kept two meanings. One is that the banks are covered with kadamba trees, and kadamba trees are covered with kadamba flowers. Divya Ganda, and this divine fragrance, Pusaraja Rushita, is flowing in all directions. Just like if you go to Brindakun, we have so many beautiful kadamba trees there. So our Mali, he makes garlands every day for Giriraj and Brindadevi. And during the Arti, then you see, just like we read in Srimad Bhagavatam, about the bumblebees coming. So you see all the bumblebees, while Arti is going on, the bumblebees are coming in and buzzing around Giriraj and Brindadevi's garlands. Just like we read in Srimad Bhagavatam. And all the way back to the back of the temple, you get this wonderful fragrance, Divya Gandha. So, Divya Gandha Bhakadamba Pusparaja Rushisha. Nanda Sunu. Nanda Sunu means the son of Nanda Maharaj. If Rupa Goswami doesn't say Krishna, because there may be so many Krishnas. But we want that one who's the son of Nanda Maharaj. Just like when we go to the guest house, then you have to fill in your name. The next question is father's name. Because there may be so many Radhesham Agarwals, but we want this one who's the son of Gulab Chand Agarwal. So just so we know who he's talking about, he didn't say Krishna, because so we met the other day a little boy named Krishna. But so he says Nanda Sunu Bhakta Sangha. Those people who are the devotees of the son of Nanda Maharaj, Sangam, all of them. Because early in the morning, some came from that side, some came from this side, some came from over here, some came from here, some came from there, some came from... All the devotees have come early in the morning to take their bath. Sangam to all of them. Abhinandani, she's doing their Abhinandan, welcoming. Hmm? Nanda Suna Bhakta Sangam, Sangam Abhinandani. Mam Punatu Sarvadara Binda Bandhu Nandani. May those sweetly flowing ways of that friend of all, the daughter of the friend of all the lotus flowers, always bless and protect your heart. Hmm? Mam Punatu Sarvadara Binda Bandhu Nandani. So we're sitting there on the banks of Jamuna underneath a nice peepal tree. When Krishna saw peepal tree, he said, Are Maya, ye kanki perij kapati ki punche Maya. Ye kanki perij kapati ki punche. What is this tree? What leaf has got a tail? And Mother Yasoda, look, oh Lala, this is peepal tree. Asvata. Hmm? Shaped like, just like in front of Prabhupada Samadhi, we have huge peepal tree. And the leaves are shaped just like a heart and come down to a little punch tail. And as soon as a little bit of wind is there, they're moving and making nice sound. Huh? And peepal trees are very, very special for the environment. Because we learn in our botany class that the trees, they give off oxygen in the daytime. And at nighttime, carbon dioxide. But peepal trees and banyan trees, they give off oxygen 24/7. They're very special for the environment. You always see the yogis are sitting under the banyan tree or the peepal tree. It's a nice environment, lots of cool, fresh oxygen is available there. So we're sitting under the peepal trees on the bank of Jamuna, watching her flowing by very sweetly. So this place is called Chinta Haran Ghat. Chinta, we know, means worry. It's like Chinta will take you to the Chitta. But Haran means to take away. So we remember just down the ways, about a kilometer down the ways, there's a temple where Mother Yasoda saw the universal form, universe inside Krishna's mouth. And she became so worried. So she wandered on down the bank of the Jamuna. She came to this very peaceful place. Because as soon as you come there, you just forget about everything. All your worries go far away. Chintahar, all your worries are taken. Everybody, they're worried. Well, what's Trump going to do next? What's going to happen with this new tariff? What's going to... Full of all these worries just go far away. So peaceful place. The parrots are chattering in the trees. The kokilas are singing. Do you? The doves are calling. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Of course, in Kenya, what were they saying? Go to the Thunderbolt. Go to the Thunderbolt. And there's one bird called Teeter. He's going, do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Nichiaro. Because they're up in the tree in the night. In the morning, you hear them, especially in Mayapur, because they all start, Mayapur gets warmer before Vrindavan, so they all start over there. Even here this morning, we were hearing the kokilas, So they down here and over in Mayapur, they start early. We don't till March or end of March and April. Then we hear all the kokilas singing. So this is all of Mother Yasoda's worries went far away. So this place is known as Chinta Haran Ghat. Because Krishna expanded his Yogamaya potency, he did what Mother Yasoda, she doesn't know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's just my little Lala. She just loves Krishna. This is pure love. In Vaikuntha, they know Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They come before, they're very respectful. But we see the Brijvasis, the cowherd boys, they're playing games, and Krishna's side lost. Uh, uh, so Krishna has to carry the cowherd boys on his back. Does that mean if you're carrying on the back, that means feet is going to touch. The feet are touching. Hmm? This is why even Brahma became bewildered. It's very difficult to understand this Braja Prem. It's not a normal thing. Very, very. This is called Yoga Maya. It's like this Mahamaya. She's meant to take us far away from Krishna. Just like several years ago, there was one fellow in England called Stephen Hawking. He wrote so many books. God is a nonsense thing. So much taken away by Maya, Mahamaya. But Mother Yasoda, she's this Yoga Maya. Yoga means to link, to bring us closer. So this awe and reverence is a little impediment to pure love. So Krishna, by that Yoga Maya poems, he takes that knowledge away. And the cowboys and the Yasoda and Nanda, they're just seeing Krishna as our little Lala. Krishna is our friend. This is a specialty of Braj. Very, very difficult to understand. Even Brahma was bewildered. Somebody sort of all her worries went away in this place, and Krishna expanded his yoga maya potency. She just accepted Krishna as her little Lala. And originally it was we just used to sit on the soft sands of Jamuna, but somehow the merchants of Mathura found this beautiful place. So they decided to put nice interlocking tiles all over the Jamuna sand. So now we're sitting on these interlocking tiles and everything. But during lockdown, the government was they were very active. They put beautiful ghats are there, beautiful chatris are there, everything. It's a very nice place. And there was just a tiny little temple that was probably not even the size of your bedroom, of Chenteswar Mahadev. Chenteswar Mahadev. But now they built a great big temple there of Chenteswar Mahadev. And this is a very special one because sometimes we see, one ling is there. Sometimes you go to Chakleswar and Govardhan, you'll see 5 lings. Some places in Jaipur, I saw 11 lings. But in Chenteswar Mahadev, you'll see 1,111 lings. 1,111 lings. You have to look at the main ling very carefully, and you'll see all around are carved little lings like this. So 1,111 lings. Very special Mahadev. And in Murari Gupta's notebook, it describes how when Mahaprabhu entered, it was on his South Indian tour, he entered into a Shiva temple, and he composed right on the spot Shivastakam. And 2 of those verses, the Astakam, 2 of them I memorized. Sri Rama Govinda Mukunda Sori Sri Krishna Narayana Vasudeva Ityadi Nama Amrita Panamata Bringadipaya Akila Dukkha Hantre. He calls Lord Shiva Akila Dukkha Hantre, who takes away all the sorrows of this world. How? Sri Rama Govinda Mukunda Sori Sri Krishna Narayana Vasudeva Ityadi. In Sanskrit, Adi means etc. All these names and even more. Ityadi Namamrita. This Namamrit, Panamata, he's absorbed in relishing, not just taking, but absorbed in relishing. Ityadi Namamrita Panamata Bringadipa. How is he relishing? Bringa Adi, the king of the bumblebees. How is that? Just like the lotus flowers, they have a special nectar called makarand. And the bees, they go mad for this makarand. They will just go there and sit and they'll drink and drink and drink. And we just heard in the nighttime the lotus flowers are going to close up. If he doesn't leave, the lotus flower will close. He'll suffocate and die. Hmm? So sometimes in the evening, you go near the closed lotus flowers, you can hear the bee buzzing around inside. Huh? And in the morning, lotus flower opens up, this poor dead bee is there. He doesn't care. That nectar is so sweet. Hmm? So like that, we have to become so absorbed, huh? Like the king of the bumblebee, so absorbed in drinking that Namamrit, that even death will come before us. We'll just put our foot on his head and pass on to Golok Dham. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Huh? And the other verse I memorize is my favorite verse. You'll understand when you hear the translation. Hmm? Shri Gauri Netrotsava Mangalaya Tat Prananathaya Rasa Pradaya Sarasa Bhutkanta Govinda Lila Gana Pravinaya Namostatuvyam. Shri Gauri Netrotsava Mangalaya. Netra, we know, means eyes, huh? Just like that festival after Lord Jagannath is renewed, then the first day that everyone gets darshan, Netrotsava. Huh? So, Sri Gauri Netrotsava Mangala. He's the auspicious festival for the eyes of his wife Gauri. Sri Gauri Netrotsava Mangalaya Tat Prananathaya. And he's the Lord of her life. And Rasa Pradaya, he's the giver of ras. How is he giving ras? Sada Samudkanta Govinda Lila Gana Pravinaya Namostatubhyam. Sada, like we know in Tulsi Arti, always. Udkanta, just like this is called Kant, just like we have all got our Kanti Mala. So when our enthusiasm bubbles up to the Kant, to the throat, then it's Udkanta. Sadasabut with great enthusiasm. Sadasabut Kanta Govinda Lila Gana. He's singing Govinda Lila. Huh? Not only is he singing, but Pravinaya. Just like we all have everybody has a friend named Praveen. Huh? Praveen means expert. He's very expert in singing Govinda Lila with great enthusiasm. Sadasamukanda Govinda Lila Gana Pravinaya Namostatu. I offer my respects to that Lord Shiva. So this is my favorite verse. Shri Gaurine Trotsava Mangalaya Tat Prananathaya Rasa Pradaya Sadasamutkanda Govinda Lila Gana Pravinaya Namostatuvyam. Hare Krishna. So I think we'll put our voice to rest here. If anybody has any questions, we can try to answer those questions. You have a copy of the book. Did you open the box? Yes. This is in Murari Gupta's Kadacha, his notebooks. And my godbrother Dathara Sutta, he's collected, because from my childhood in Krishna consciousness, they always told me that Mahaprabhu only wrote 8 slokas Sikshastakam. But my godbrother Dathara Sutta, who lives in Alatra, he did a lot of research. He found many things, including nobody really knows where the Jagannath Astakam. In fact, he found out it's not Astakam, it's a Dasakam. He found a very, very ancient copy from the 18th century with 10 verses glorifying Lord Jagannath. But nobody knows who. Some people say Shankaracharya, some people even say Mahaprabhu. But anyway, but he found other verses, and in Murari Gupta's Kadacha, he's got this, he quotes this verse. So he's got a whole book on, you Google Nectar books, and he's got this whole book, Poetry of Mahaprabhu. Yeah. His printing company is Nectar Books. He writes so much nectar. He's got so much. He just lives in a beat up trailer in Alachua. But everything is just stuffed everywhere. So much old ancient books. He's translated so many things. So anyway, Marigupta has recorded this Astakam, Shiva Astakam. He's got all the 8 verses in his book, Poetry of Mahaprabhu. Any other questions? Gopal, you don't have any question? Huh? And who's this little fellow? I've forgotten his name. Smile, I remember. Narottam. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yes? Hmm. Hmm. You have to beg, borrow, uh, beg, borrow, or steal. Anyway, anyhow. Well, that's our goal, to be able to just be totally satisfied chanting the holy name. I have seen, in Braj, I've seen many saints. There was one, there's a place in Nandagam where there's Nanda Baba's Nishringadevi. We used to worship Nishringadevi. Very cute. Just like we've got our Ugra Nishringadevi in Mayapur. There's a very, very cute Nishringadevi there. And there was a saint there named Gokulanand. And my friend who takes care of the place, what is his name? Bhakti Priya. Bhakti Priya. He told me I never see him sleep. He never saw him sleep because one Kartik, at the end of Kartik, he went back to Godhead. But we used to go there, he was just lying on his back, he could hardly move. I forget how old he was. And he had this great big tosid, and he was just chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, all day and night. Of course, we can't imitate. Prabhupada said, don't try to imitate like Haridas Thakur. That's why Prabhupada gave us so much service, going out distributing the books, printing the books, doing deity worship, so many things. Because we're very restless, we can't just sit and chant. But that's the goal, to be able to relish Krishna's name and be totally satisfied. We just have to pray for the beg, borrow, or steal. Anyway, anyhow, get the nectar for the taste for chanting the holy name. But you just have to, beg, borrow, or steal. Somehow or other get that. Exactly how we can do that? By following the path chalked out by Prabhupada. And don't give up. Just like I read when I was small, this is 60 years ago, I saw in the National Geographic article about how in the Indian railways they used to use elephants. Maybe they still do, I don't know. They would push the railway cars, they would load things onto the railway cars. So it explained that they take a small elephant, baby elephant, and they drive a great big wooden stake into the ground and put a rope around his wrist. And that little elephant runs round and round and round and round and round. And eventually he comes to the conclusion that when they put this thing on my wrist, I can't go anywhere. Now he's an enormous elephant. He's lifting whole trees onto the railway cars. Whole logs he's lifting onto the railway car. And they put a little stake in the ground, a little rope around his, and he sits there peacefully because he gave up trying. It's like sometimes there's a fire, then suddenly he just rips that thing out of the ground and runs. Uh, uh, so we should know that as long as we're chanting Hare Krishna and following the regular principles, taking prasadam, associating with devotees, we're growing in Krishna consciousness. We just don't give up. Just keep on, just keep on. He gave up. So he just stands there. Just like sometimes, devotees nowadays we're getting heart attacks and strokes and things. All of a sudden we realize we better get strict about our sadhana. Sometimes, we get a little loose on our sadhana, and then all of a sudden something happens. So don't wait for the stroke and heart attack just now. Keep chanting, keep association devotees. One day you'll be able to throw that Maya in your heart very far away. Just don't give up. The only way we can keep our enthusiasm associating with Vaishnavas like tonight.
If anyone wishes to stay in Vrindavan, move to Vrindavan, or look forward to moving to Vrindavan.
Yeah, then you somehow or other you get some service. I've seen so many people come and just try to retire there, but because they have no service, no connection with Krishna Balaram, they again go away. Just like if you go there, you'll see all the ladies are sitting and making garlands. And Vrindavan temple is famous for its garlands. That is our opulence, the flowers that we have in Vrindavan. Yeah. Just like we saw here on Akadasi, you throw flowers with Darshanarti, but in Vrindavan every day. Yeah. So you have to have some sort of service. They have the upstairs. They have having people chant one round all around in the Samadhi Mandir. So we get the reports every day. 1,432 people chanted one round in the Samadhi Mandir. 57 people chanted it. Because after Mangalarti, they make an announcement. Anybody wants to learn how to chant japa, you come to the certain room and and then they explain to them the chanting, and somebody's donating to we give everybody some free japa beads. Hopefully out of that somebody really takes it up. So somehow you have some service.
Anything to do to be able to get an opportunity to go to reside in Vrindavan? You said service.
All right. Oh, well, just like you have to go there with the attitude of serving. Even now, when you go there, you shouldn't. It's not just a sightseeing tour. We're not on vacation. Just like there was one lady she's from one couple. They're from Mauritius. We just went to Mauritius. Very beautiful place. But they were living in Toronto, and we just saw the pictures of how freezing cold it was. I don't know how anybody from Mauritius could live there, but anyway, she used to come every Kartik on our prikamas, and she would bring little boxes of kesher, saffron, and whichever was one of her favorite temples in each place, she would give, like in Barsana, she'd always give to Radha Dan Bihari because they have such beautiful decorations. Huh? So because she was always serving Vrindavan, now she's staying in Vrindavan. They left Toronto and they're staying in Vrindavan. And I used to come always, and I would always put $100 bill in the donation box in Prabhupada's house. And somehow or other by serving Vrindavan, and so Vrindavan just grabbed me and doesn't let me go. I was telling this one time, and Devi Shakti was in charge of Prabhupada's house. Oh, that was you. That was every year we would see this $100 bill. So we can, you can do some donate an outfit for the deities, or just donate for the, what the Raj Bhog or whichever Bhog you want to donate for. Uh, we have Krishna Balaram has so many cows. You get donation for the cows every day. Just like yesterday, there were. I can see the crowd must be going down because they only did 10,000 plates of 10,000 leaf cups of prasad yesterday, whereas in busy times, I could even up more than 20,000 plates of prasad. You can donate for Food for Life. None of the devotees we have to pay for any of our. The temple takes care of all of our medical expenses. You can donate to devotee care. You can donate for the cows. You can donate for whatever your desire. Just do some service for Vrindavan.
I was saying in Vrindavan regarding that. It is like sometimes it is a desire also, and sometimes the desire is not there, but still he is in Vrindavan by the arrangement or will of the Lord. So both it works. Even if he doesn't have desire, still he can reach there and he can stay there for whole life. Or that there should be some desire always.
I'm not sure if I follow what you're trying to get at.
Somebody has very strong desire
to
stay in Vrindavan.
Yeah.
And that desire remains always, but he doesn't get that opportunity. But somebody doesn't have that desire, but automatically he reaches there and he stays whole life.
Mm.
So
Just fortunate, that's all.
so
But actually, Mahaprabhu, Jagadananda was always trying to get permission to go to Vrindavan. After he gave Mahaprabhu the sandalwood oil, Mahaprabhu said, everyone will laugh. I'm a sannyasi, and so I smell like sandalwood. And what will people think? And he threw that pot. He said, "What sandalwood? I didn't bring any sandalwood." He threw the pot. So then he came the next day and said, "I want to go to Vrindavan." I said, "No, now you'll go there and criticize me." Finally, Mahaprabhu gave him permission. He said, "You go there, you stay with Sanatana Goswami, you see all the places with Sanatana Goswami. You will not understand the Brishvasis. Krishna is their guru. He's taking care of them. But don't offend them. But at the same time, don't mix intimately with them. You mix with them, but don't intimately with them. And then you come back." Because most of the people in Vrindavan, they forgot that they're living in Vrindavan. They're all busy doing eating, sleeping, and making politics. But if you go there, first you stay with the devotees, you go with on Prikrama with the devotees, you don't offend the Brishvasis, and then you come back, and then you always think, oh, we went to this nice place, Vrindavan. Radha Shyam Sundar was so beautiful, Krishna Balaram was so amazing, Gaurnitai was so ecstatic. We went to Nandagam with Deena Bandhu, we went to Barsana with Deena Bandhu. When can I go again? You'll always think of Vrindavan. Those who always remember Vrindavan, they actually live in Vrindavan. Anyway, it's getting late. We should have a little kirtan and then we brought some of our books with us. Braj Leela, Part 3, Giriraj, the King of Mountains. And we did like 6-7 years of research for this, because everybody goes and they do Olympics. They run around the temple, run around Giriraj. But you won't believe how many places there are around Giriraj. And since everyone loves, photography by Arjun Bhattacharya, Artabandhu Prabhu, we decided to make it a picture book. So we have 284 color pictures, 32 paintings. We had to get special permission from BBT, and 530 pages of nectar. And we did a lot of research. We even went to, there's one book by Narayan Bhatta Goswami, Braj Bhakti Vilas. Just like we know Hari Bhakti Vilas, this is Braj Bhakti Vilas. And he describes all the pranam mantras and achman mantras and everything of the whole of Braj. But we did the chapter on Govardhan, and he gives mantras and everything for places that you ask around, nobody knows where they are. Even in 500 years, so many places got lost. So now we have a picture and written record of whatever is known. Just one kund I could never figure out. I never found anything. It's just before you get to Anur, there's a big kund. It's always empty and dry, and the kids are always playing cricket. So I call it Cricket Kund, but I couldn't find anything else about it. So anyway, this wonderful book we have here, and we're here today to sign it if anybody wants a copy. And we're only asking small donation, 1,000 rupees, for 530 pages and 284 pictures and 32 paintings. So after Kirtan, if anybody wants a copy, then they can, see our Arta Bandhu, and then they can give it to me and I'll sign it. Hare Krishna.